Okay, start recording. Good morning, everyone. This is online virtual classroom 2020. This is grade 9 that Mr. Ahmed welcome you all. Okay, so I'm going to unmute. I'm going to mute you all, and if you have any question, write it in the chat. Okay, and we are going to discuss all the points. So there will be no questions, inshallah. Okay, so our lesson, as we talked the last time, the last live session, is about quadratic functions. And we said that quadratic functions. So let me ask some of you, quadratic function. Yeah, let me ask, for example, Krollus. Krollus, quadratic function, x raised to the power 1 or to the power 2. So when I talk about quadratic function, x raised to the power 1 or to the power 2?
1.
1? Okay, let me ask someone else. Noor?
It's raised to the power of 2 plus bx equals c.
Excellent, yeah, no. So, Krollus, when I talk about quadratic function, the power raised to the power, the x or the variable raised to the power 2. And for example, let me write it down here. So when I say this is a quadratic function, x should be in the form of x squared plus, this is a squared because there is no power 2 here, so this is x to the power 2. The power is 2, so it's going to be a quadratic function. But first I'm going to write a is the coefficient of x power 2 plus bx plus c. That's the form of the quadratic function. Okay, y equal ax power 2 plus bx plus c. This is what the form of the quadratic function or the quadratic equation. Quadratic function. Okay, so when I say quadratic function, that means x here raised to the power 2. Okay, so when I say linear function, ya Krollus, answer me. When I say linear function, so x raised to the power?
Yes.
X raised to the power, when I say linear function?
2.
Krollus?
Yes.
Focus with me, okay?
Okay.
I said the last session, linear function, x raised to the power 1. Linear function. Quadratic function, x raised to the power 2. Okay?
Okay, miss.
So when I say quadratic function, x raised to the power?
2.
When I say linear function, x raised to the power?
1.
That's it. Okay, Krollus?
Okay.
So let's continue. So this is a linear quadratic function. Today we are going to study how to find the roots of the function. The roots of the function. So everybody say roots of the function. Okay. So our objective is going to be, by the end of this session, you will be able to identify the roots of the quadratic function. I was talking about this, the roots of the quadratic function, and the meaning of roots means the solution. So when I say about roots, I'm talking about the solution of x or the values of x. Okay. Number 2, recognize the types of roots. There is 3 types of roots from the graph. Find the solution set of the equation. Okay. Type. Let's first, this is example number 1 as a revision about quadratic function. So let me ask whom? Let me ask Yusuf Shamli.
Yes.
Yusuf, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So Yusuf, we talked about quadratic function the last live session, and we said that domain is
the x.
Yes, the x values. And when I talk about quadratic function, then the domain is all the real numbers. Okay, so state the domain. So the domain is going to be all the real numbers. Okay, what about the range? It's going to be what? The range?
The range is gonna be the x power 2.
No, the range is going to be the values of y. So you are going to look at the last point here. Negative 2. Yes, negative 2, which is here. So the last point, let me point it. The last point here, which is negative 2. So I'm going to say the range, all the values, which is greater than negative 2. So I'm going to choose A, B, C, or D. Of course, it's not going to
be
A. Why? No. About A, y less than or equal negative 2. This is less than or equal negative 2. But I want to choose greater than or equal negative 2. Because all the values which is above negative 2, the curve is upward. All the values which is above negative 2. Okay, Yusuf?
Okay.
Okay. So let me ask someone else. Judy.
Yes.
Okay, Judy. Judy, could you please tell me in the same question, what is the domain?
يعني أقول الأنسر يعني؟
Yes. Don't
B
pick.
صح؟
B is the right answer, yes, but tell me what is the domain of any quadratic function, of any quadratic function.
الدومين اللي هو ال X.
Yes,
صح؟
which is?
يعني مش فاهمة ال X.
Yes, the X values, so I'm going to say all the real numbers.
Yes.
So when I ask you, guys, all of you, when I ask you, what is the domain, you're going to tell me all real numbers.
All real.
Okay? So what about the range? The range, you have to figure out the range from the graph. From the graph here. What is the range?
Yes.
The range.
-2.
Yes, it's -2. So I'm gonna use y greater than. So I'm gonna take all the values which is upward, above -2. So it's gonna be letter B, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much here, Judy. Let's take another example. Okay, so let me ask someone like Yusuf Ahmed or Mazen. Okay, Mazen. Mazen, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Mazen. According to this question, Mazen, what is the equation of axis of symmetry for y equal -x power 2 plus 2? Mazen, before your answer, think about the answer, and before you're gonna answer, I'm gonna write some stuff, yani. I'm gonna write the standard form of the function, and all of you, Prolus, all of you be with me, okay? So I'm gonna write the standard form of a quadratic function. So I'm gonna write ax power 2 plus bx, excellent, Mazen, plus c. Okay, this is the form of the quadratic function. Okay, could you tell me, Mazen, A is the coefficient of x power 2, B the coefficient of bx, C is the number. Could you tell me how can I find the equation, the rule to find the equation?
Negative B.
No, just tell me, yes, negative B, equation of axis
over A.
Symmetry. Let me write it down. Okay, it's gonna be what? Negative?
Negative B over A.
Yes, excellent.
B
2
over A.
over 2a. Negative B over 2a. So according to this question, yeah, Mazen, could you tell me what is the value of A?
The value of A.
Here.
-1.
X equals. The value of A, excellent, -1, because A is the coefficient of x power 2, and the coefficient of x power 2 here is -1. Okay, could you tell me value?
Excuse me?
What is the value of B?
2.
No. Because B is the coefficient of X and there is no X, so that means B equal 0.
0.
Okay, so according to this one, if you are going to apply the rule, so it's going to be X equal negative B, which is 0, and 0 over anything. 0 over anything, it's going to be what? It's going to be 0.
0.
That means X equal 0 is y. Okay, Amazon, do you get this? So again,
Yes.
from the beginning, this is the quadratic function in the standard form. This is the standard form. Ax power 2 plus bx plus c. To find the equation of axis of symmetry, you have to apply this rule. X equal negative b over 2a. A here, negative 1. B, there is no x, so b is 0. So x equal negative b, which is 0, so it's going to be 0 over anything. It's going to be 0, okay? So the answer is 0. So let me pick someone else. Yusuf. Yusuf, you get this, yeah, Yusuf?
نعم يا مستر. إيه؟
This? Do you get the equation of axis of symmetry?
Yes.
Okay.
عارفها.
Could you tell me what is the equation of axis of symmetry?
X equal negative B over 2A.
Excellent, yeah, Yusuf. Noor,
Yes.
could you tell me what is the equation of axis of symmetry?
X equal negative B over 2A.
Negative b over 2a. Could you tell me what is b?
B is the second, like the second power, or the like مش عارف اشرح.
Take your time. A is the coefficient of
coefficient.
power 2.
Coefficient.
B is the coefficient of
What?
B is the coefficient of
Of the
sorry, Noor, I mute you. I'm gonna yes, Noor, yes. Yes, Noor, you can speak. B is the coefficient of
2, right?
no. B is the coefficient of x, and there is no x here. This equation is a negative x power 2 plus 2, so there is no x. That means b equal
0.
0. So that's why negative b over 2a, it's going to be 0. So that's why x equals 0 is the right answer. Thank you so much, yeah, Noor. Let's take another example.
No problem.
Okay, another example. Here, what are the coordinates of the vertex of the curve of the graph of y equal x power 2 minus 5x? Is the vertex maximum or minimum? So let me ask Muhammad Yasser. Muhammad, focus with me. Muhammad,
Okay. Yes.
okay, Muhammad. Muhammad, we said the last time, if x power 2, Muhammad, focus because I'm going to ask you, okay?
Okay.
If x power 2 is positive, if x power 2 in the function is positive, that means the function has minimum value. And if x power 2 is negative, then the function has maximum value.
Maximum.
Power 2 positive,
Yes.
minimum, x power 2 negative, maximum. Okay? The opposite. So
Okay.
this equation, according to this function, y equal x power 2 minus 5x, it has maximum or minimum.
Maximum.
So, yeah, Muhammad,
Yes.
if x power 2 positive, it's going to
Minimum.
minimum. Sorry.
Yes.
If x power 2 positive, then it has,
Maximum.
yeah, Muhammad,
Yes.
positive, minimum.
Minimum.
Okay. Negative.
هتبقى maximum.
Muhammad, focus. Okay. Maximum value. So x power 2 here, positive or negative, يا محمد?
Positive.
So it's going to have
minimum.
minimum. So I'm going to choose either minimum 2 and negative 4 minimum, or 2.5 and negative 6.25 minimum. Okay.
لا هتبقى دي.
So let us think about it. So maximum wrong, maximum wrong. So I'm going to choose from B or D type. How can I find X? The vertex. First, we're gonna write X equal negative B
over
2A.
over 2.
Okay, negative B equals
negative 5x.
No, negative 5. It's gonna be negative 5, because negative B and B is already negative 5. So it's gonna be negative 5 over what?
X power 2.
Over A. Negative B over A. A is the coefficient of x power 2. X coefficient, ya Muhammad. The number beside x power 2. And the coefficient here is
1.
So negative so 2A means 2 times 1, which is 2. So negative 5 over 2, which is 5 over 2, 2.5. So without finding the other one, it's going to be this one. So I'm going to choose letter D.
D.
Okay. Thank you so much, ya Muhammad. Let me ask Noha.
Okay.
Okay, Noha, did you get this example?
Yes.
Okay. So if x has a positive value, if x power 2 positive, then it has minimum or maximum?
Minimum.
Thank you. Let's take another example. This is the last one. Let me read the chat first. The chat. Okay. So I'm gonna pick Yusuf. Yusuf, what is Yusuf? Yusuf Ahmed. Yusuf Ahmed. Yusuf. Okay, Yusuf, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Yusuf. We took some rules here, Yusuf. We took some rules to find some stuff. I'm gonna write the rules, and please focus with me. Okay, Yusuf?
Okay.
Okay. Yusuf, the first question. Yusuf, do you know the domain? Yusuf.
Yes.
Domain. Do you know the domain?
All real numbers.
So according to the domain, you're gonna say all real numbers. Okay. Second thing. Do you know range, Yusuf? And all of you?
Yes.
Yes. From the graph. So you have to read from the graph. You have to read the range from the graph, right?
Yes.
Okay. The second thing, the third thing, you know equation. How to find equation of axis of symmetry?
Yes.
Tell me. Tell me, Ayus.
The axis of the symmetry.
Yes, equation of axis of symmetry. I'm gonna write x equal
Equal negative b
b
over 2
over 2a.
2a.
Right? Right. Okay. What about the fourth thing? Do you know the maximum and the minimum?
Yes.
So x power 2. If x power 2 is positive,
Then it will be minimum.
minimum. طيب if x power 2 negative,
it will be maximum.
so guys, that's the question that we took. Domain or real numbers, range from the graph. You are going to know it from the graph. Equation of axis of symmetry, x equal negative b over 2a. If x power 2 positive, minimum. If x power 2 negative, maximum. Okay, what about the fifth thing? The value, the maximum or the minimum value, I don't care. But the maximum value itself, the value back, it's going to be what? It's going to be function of negative b over 2a. Do you know what is the meaning of function of negative b over 2a, Yusuf?
Negative b over 2. No.
Do you know what is the function of negative b over 2a? Or how could you know that? By substituting in the function by negative b over 2a. So for example,
Yeah.
if the value of negative b over 2a is 2, so you are going to take 2 and remove x from the function and substitute by 2. And you will figure out the value of y. So that means this is the y value. Okay?
Yes.
That's it, yeah, Yusuf. Okay, next thing. What about the vertex بقى? The vertex point, it's easy. You're gonna put this one and that one. Vertex equal negative b over 2a, negative b over 2a, and function of negative b over 2a. Yeah, and you are going to put them beside each other, and that's it. Okay, yeah, Yusuf?
Okay.
Okay, that's all the questions. That's it. So let's get back to our session. So here, how can you find what is the maximum height of a rocket? Maximum height, that means you want to write the maximum value, and maximum value is y equal function of negative b over 2a. Am I right? So you're gonna find, yeah, Yusuf, you're gonna find negative b over 2a and then substitute. Okay?
How can I find negative b?
Okay, negative b over 2a. B here is 64. A is negative 16. B, the coefficient of x power of x. A, coefficient of x power 2. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, yellow. So x equal, or t equal, it's going to be here t equal. Negative b over 2a.
Negative b will be, it will be negative 64.
Excellent, negative 64.
And then it will be 2 times negative 16.
Bravo, 2 times negative 16. And then figure out the answer, but it's going to be what? I think it's going to be
2 times negative 16 is negative 14. And so negative 64.
no, 2 times negative 16 equal negative 32. So the answer here, is it's going to be 2. 2, and that's it. Okay? So the answer is going to be 2, because negative with negative positive, 2 times 16, 32, 64 divided by 32 equal 2. So I'm going to take, how can I find a function y equal, tell me, Yusuf.
Y equal f over negative 64.
So I'm going to remove t and put instead 2.
2.
Okay, so it's going to be what? Negative 16.
Negative 16, 2 powered by 2.
Power 2. So I can try power 2. So let me write power 2. And then bracket plus
plus 64 times t equal
times
negative
2 times 2
yes.
2 plus 1, and that's it. And then figure out the answer. So 2 power 2, 4. 4 times 16 equals 64. So this one is gonna be 64. Let me 64. So it's gonna be negative 64 plus 1, which is a negative 64. No, it's going to be 64 plus 1, which is 65. So the answer is 60.
65.
So here, the answer is 65. Okay, you get this?
Yes.
So let's take another example. The roots back. The roots, the solution of quadratic equation. If the curve, the solution, by the way, is the x-intercept. Okay, focus with me. The solution is x-intercept. So when I talk about if the curve intersects the x-axis at 2 points, that means there is 2 unique solutions. And if the curve touches the x-axis or intersects the x-axis at 1 point, so it's going to be 1 unique solution. And if it doesn't touch the x-axis, it's going to be no real solutions. Okay, so next, according to this one, solve x power 2 minus 3x minus 10 equals 0 by graphing. So here, the curve touches the x-axis at what? Yeah, Yusuf, tell me, at what?
At the x-axis at 5.
5 and?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So I can write the solution set على طول. The solution set equals?
5 and negative 2.
Yes, excellent. 5 and negative 2. And that's it. Okay? So let me solve this using factorization to prove that this is the right answer. So the types of solution, we have 2 solutions. If the curve touches the x-axis at 2 points, maybe 1 solution. If the curve touches the x-axis at only one point, and it has no real solution if the curve is like this, it doesn't touch the x-axis. Okay, so it depends on the intersection points with x-axis. So
yes.
let me speak to Faris. Faris, do you hear me? Faris, do you hear me? Faris. Okay. Mazen, do you hear me? Mazen, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
Okay, so only the extra point we talked today is how to find the roots, okay? And the types of roots, we have 3 types of roots. First, 2 solutions. If the curve touches x-axis at 2 points like this, maybe it has 1 solution. If it's only touched the x-axis at 1 point like that, and if it has no real solution, if the graph doesn't touch x-axis. So could you tell me, Mazen, what is the solution here?
The solution is 3 and negative 2. Or what? 4 or negative 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, and negative 2. Excellent. So I'm going to pick the answer, which is negative 2 and 4. That's it. Okay, Mazen, could you please help me to solve or to factorize this one and solve it like the original way about factorization?
Okay. Right. 2 brackets. X and X.
Yes, 2 bracket, and here X. And I'm gonna put here X, and then
Positive and negative.
negative,
Positive and negative.
and here
one positive.
Here 8
and 2 numbers. 2 and 4.
2 and 4. Yes, so I'm gonna put here 4 or 2.
No, here 4 and the other.
Yes, and then I'm going to divide my paper. I'm going to divide my paper.
X
So
equal
here,
4.
x equal
X
4
equal negative
or x equal
X
negative
equal
2. Did you notice that Mazen, it's the same solution here? So you can identify the solution from the graph, or you can solve it like this. Okay, Mazen?
Okay.
Okay, next. X power 2 plus 8x minus 16. So I'm gonna ask someone to factorize this with me, which is Faris. Faris, do you hear me?
This is, can we revise on factorization with coefficient of X?
Okay, Ziad Ashraf,
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes.
So Ziad, could you please help me factorizing this?
Okay.
Okay,
So we'll write the rule.
x power 2.
X power or ax power 2.
No, I'm going to factorize this one. How can I factorize it?
We're going to switch. We're going to by opening two brackets the same way.
Yes, okay. So I'm going to transpose first 16 to the other side. So it's going to be positive 16 equals 0. And then I'm going to
open two brackets. And then we write x and x on both sides. We're going to add the addition sign.
Yes, and then 16.
And then we're going to find the two numbers that will equal, multiplied will equal 16. And then
sum is 8, which is
4 by
4. It's going to be 4 by 4, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to solve this. Let's solve it. Yeah. Let's solve it. X equal negative 4.
Equals x and x equals negative 4.
Negative 4. So did you notice that there is one equation here? There is only one solution. So that's what I'm talking about. Like here. This is the graph of
So
the it's only one, it touches the x at one, so that the solution is x equal negative 4. Okay, so now I talked about so many things, equation of axis of symmetry, maximum and minimum value on all of these, and I'm gonna ask you to practice a lot about these things, and then this is the end of our session, and I'm gonna ask you to watch this video. And see you the next live video, inshallah. Bye.
Bye.